Greetings, my fellow freaks and weirdos. I'm Tom, and welcome to Monster Gab, where we love all things horror. It is the summer of 2026, and I am back in the town of Rhyl on the coast of North Wales to visit Rilla Thriller's 4th ever horror festival,
Rilla Thriller 4, Fear the Old Ways.
Now, if you've seen any of my previous episodes on Rilla Thriller, you may have noticed that somebody's missing. The wife! Unfortunately, Sandra has to work a 12-hour shift today, but fear not, because Rilla Thriller this year is a 3-day festival, and Sandra will be joining me on days 2 and 3. However, day 1 is a special day as it's dedicated to Welsh horror. So let's have a look at today's itinerary. I'll bring it up on the screen, and we can see at 1 PM there is the Little Drops of Horror segment, which is their programme of short horror movies, and I can see one of the titles is definitely a Welsh title. Whether the other movies are Welsh or not, I'm not sure, but we will find out. At 2:30 there are 2 other Welsh horror movies. They are feature length of sort. I believe they're just under an hour each, and that's followed by a Welsh horror talk, which sounds fascinating. I'm looking forward to that. And this year's festival also has a sort of folk theme about it, and with that in mind, the guys at Rilla Thriller are showing Robert Eggers' The Witch from 2015, which is one of my favourite movies actually. I'm really looking forward to seeing that on the big screen. Anyway, let's get out of this car, let's head over to Ryl's Little Theatre and see whatever horrors lie ahead of us at Rilla Thriller. Well, we are slowly approaching the Little Theatre, but I am a bit early, so I'll just take this opportunity to tell you that there is a playlist of previous episodes. If you want to check those out, it's on the channel. I'll leave a link down below. No, seriously, go check it out, see where Rilla Thriller all began. Here it is, folks, the venue for the festival for the next 3 days. I really am early, but I'm going to see if they'll let me in anyway. I'm just going to walk up to the door, see what happens. Locked. Nope, I'm not getting in. Oh, hi, thank you. Thanks very much. How's it going?
Hi.
I heard there was a horror festival here today.
No, this is a dramatic theatre production of them.
Who's this?
Isn't she so nice?
Hi, what's your name?
Be nice. This is Glinda.
Oh,
She's meant to
Glinda.
be Glinda the Good, but she's not.
Oh, well, I mean, you'll be warning them all off, won't you?
Oh God, dog.
Time for some post-festival voiceover, and arriving early meant I could get some shots of the theatre before people arrived. If you've seen my previous videos on Rilla Thriller, then you should know the drill by now. Chad and Tom are the main organisers of the festival, and by the way, don't they look good here? This is a great picture, guys. There were a whole bunch of special guests. Some took part in Q&As, others actually met the audience, signed autographs, and took part in photographs with their fans. Hosting the Q&As this year was Sam Munster, a fellow content creator and reviewer of horror movies with a keen eye for horror decor, who also acts and starred in the movie Weed Killer, which was the final film to be shown on day 1. By the way, I apologise for these poor quality images. My camera doesn't handle low lighting very well, but this is a shot from one of the Q&As. As always, there were traders, stalls and vendors, whatever you prefer to call them, selling various merchandise, goodies, knickknacks, collectibles, clothing, etc, etc. And amongst them are some incredibly talented people too, not to mention absolutely friendly. There's a real vibe when you visit this festival, one that has a feeling of community about it. Wholesome stuff, you know? Then of course there was a marathon of horror movies. The Rilla Thriller team also invested in a larger cinema screen this year, and with breaks in between we had short movies, feature-length movies, independent movies and commercial favourites. This is me having one low-strength beer hours before I drove home, which might be a reoccurring factor over the next couple of days in this video. Just to be clear, I don't condone drink driving. It's not clever, it's not funny, it's reckless, and it kills lives. Don't do it. And that, folks, is the end of Rilla Thriller's first day. So it very much was a day dedicated to Welsh horror, with the exception of The Witch from 2015, which was the main commercial movie of the day, I suppose. So the day started with a bunch of short horror movies in a segment that Rilla Thriller like to call Little Drops of Horror, and all of these movies were either in Welsh or made in Wales, or have some kind of Welsh connection one way or another. One of the short movies that really stood out to me was a film called No Scrumping, which was produced by Dylan Gard, who was present at Rilla Thriller today, and I got a chance to chat with him in the foyer, which was very pleasant. I actually reviewed an early project of his on the channel a few years ago, but it was great to see how much he's progressed, and this film was stunning, by the way. It had beautiful cinematography. If you ever get a chance to see this film, it's called No Scrumping. It is a short movie, and it's just a beautiful movie, a bit ambiguous, but intentionally so. I do recommend it. It's a wonderful film. We were then presented with two classic Welsh movies that had a running time of just under an hour each. The first movie, called Gwaed ar y Sêr from 1975, which translates to Blood on the Stars. This was first and foremost a comedy film, but it was a horror film too. And I suppose the synopsis was about a bunch of theatrical kids, or kids that perform in a theatre, that have a bunch of local celebrities assassinated. Now, if I'm totally honest with you, this movie didn't really resonate with me. The humour didn't land on my part. That being said, most of the audience found this film funny because they were all laughing, so I suppose the problem lies with me. Call it a matter of taste, I suppose. That's not to say that I thought it was a bad film, by the way, and I do appreciate the privilege of being able to watch this movie because it is a classic or historical piece of Welsh media. So like I said, I appreciate the privilege of being able to watch this movie. However, it was followed by another movie called Or Thy Ar Hain from 1981, which translates to From the Old Earth. Now, I actually did enjoy this movie, very much so. It felt a little bit like an Amicus or Tygon movie, if not in the Welsh language. Or I should have stated, by the way, the previous movie and this one were in the Welsh language, but with subtitles. So this movie is about a man who unearths an ancient stone in his garden just by digging around, and this stone is shaped like a head and it's cursed in some way or another. Basically, by unearthing this stone, he releases this demonic entity or an ancient god, and just the whole essence of the film was kind of creepy and eerie, and yeah, like I said, I really enjoyed it. This was followed by a talk on Welsh horror by a bunch of guests. Some of them were involved in the short movies that were shown today and so on. And this talk had no script or plan. There were no written down questions. It was all kind of ad-libbed, but still fascinating and fun to hear some of the things that these people said about the movies they've made and the direction that Welsh horror is going in. After that was Robert Eggers' The Witch, and I'm aware that not a lot of people like this movie. It is a slow burn. Some people find it boring, other people don't understand the dialect because it's got a very traditional dialect. I personally really enjoy this movie. It's one of my favourites. I know it didn't make the list in my top 10 favourite horror movies video, but it did make the honourable mentions. But I really enjoyed watching this. Oh, one of my lights has gone out. So as I was saying, it's one of my favourite movies, and it was just great to see it on a big screen because I never had that luxury when it first came out. I've only ever seen it on my TV. It's probably the third time I've ever seen it, but like I said, I enjoyed watching it on the big screen with an audience of fellow horror fanatics. And then finally we finished with a film called Weed Killer, which was just mad. I don't really know how to explain it, but it's a shot straight to video movie, and I literally do mean that. It was shot on VHS. There's a whole bunch of filters and neon colours, and it's a real trippy event, and it's not made to be taken seriously either. But yeah, it's about some kind of super drug that's being produced, and there's this gardener who has some prize-winning plants, and he's forced to produce this drug. Then he ends up in an accident and he's exposed to a bunch of weed killer. This weed killer has some kind of biological effect on him. Not so much superpowers, but some kind of, I don't know, madness, I suppose. He then goes on a murderous killing spree and just tries to wipe out all of these drug dealers and drug makers. He eventually becomes some kind of vigilante, and the whole movie was fun. As a whole, I did enjoy it. It was fun. All I will say is it did have a bit of a long running time for my liking. After about an hour, I got a bit bored of it because it was chaotic, but there's only so much chaos I can handle. Otherwise, fun. The entire day was fun. It was great to see all the regular faces that I've seen over the last few years, and new faces too, and I'm looking forward to day 2, which is in the morning for me, but you guys don't have to wait because, well, here's a jump cut. Look who's here!
Hi.
How are you?
Knackered.
Tired?
Yes.
For our American
very.
fans. I don't know, is knackered an American term? I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, bless you. I mean, to be fair, you have worked 6 12-hour shifts in a row with one day off in between. And on that one day off, we went to see Gary Newman.
Yeah, so I've not stopped.
It was amazing, though, to be fair, wasn't it? It was great.
It was great.
But you could have used an early night.
Yeah.
Anyway, are you looking forward to Rilla Thriller?
Yes.
Yes, great. What's on the itinerary for today?
Doors open at 10, then we've got some little drop of horrors.
Okay, so that's block 1.
Yeah.
So you might see, I'll put it up on the screen, it says block 1. Yesterday it didn't have such a term because it was a Welsh special yesterday, but from now on all the little drops of horror segments are listed as block 1 and block 2 and so on and so on.
And then we've got Fi.
V, I think
V?
it's pronounced, yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. So I believe that's a Russian film from the 1960s, I want to say. It's like a dark fantasy horror. I've never heard of it, but it looks amazing. I watched a trailer for it the other night and it does look good, so I'm excited for that film.
And then after that we'll have a lunch break. Then at 2 o'clock we've got some more little drops of horror. Block 2. 3 o'clock we've got Captured Souls.
Okay, so Captured Souls, I believe, is a documentary about Graham Humphreys' artwork. Graham Humphreys is an illustrator and an artist, and he's done lots of posters for horror movies and so on, and he's actually going to be at Rilla Thriller today doing the talk.
And then we've got the conversation with Graham Humphreys.
So that's the talk with the man himself. I'm looking forward to that. It'll be exciting.
Then we've got another little break. And we've got some more little drops of horror. And then at 7:20 we have Pet Sematary.
Oh, brilliant. The 1989 original.
And then to end off the day we have block 4 of Little Drops of Horror.
Oh, exciting. Well, I'll tell you what, let's get out of this car, let's head over to the little theatre and get involved in Rilla Thriller Day 2. I'm sorry, I keep speaking over it. I can't help it. It's why it's called Monster Gab. I'm not even wearing my Monster Gab shirt. I'm wearing the Rilla Thriller one today.
I am.
Oh, you are? Hey, let's have a look at your Monster Gab t-shirt then. Oh, it's a winner. It is a winner. Love it. I'm wearing last year's t-shirt. They have got a new one. I might have to purchase it. I don't know. We'll see. The new one looks cool, actually.
It'll be full of flavours though. You enjoy that like Caribbean food.
How are we doing, lads?
Hello.
Morning.
After a brief catch-up with the boys, we got to interview local actor Spencer Wilding. So, Spence Wilding, you are considered like the local celebrity around these parts, and you've been in many films, obviously, but you've been in a lot of horror films as well and played a fair share of monsters.
Yeah.
Able to reel any of them off?
The Wolfman, Victor Frankenstein, Game of Thrones, some monster stuff there, Lord of the Rings, some horror characters in Harry Potter.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just to name a few. Just to name a few.
Not there. I have to go back from my IMDb. Toxic Avenger.
I met you a couple of years ago and you recommended Victor Frankenstein to me, and you played the monster, didn't you?
That's right. At the end, and I played the strongman in the circus as well.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, that was a real cast, so a lot of people didn't recognise me.
Oh, I didn't know that,
Yeah,
right.
So I'm right in the chase in the beginning.
So with the monster himself, because obviously iconic actors such as Christopher Lee and obviously Boris Karloff have played it, did you feel like you had a huge responsibility?
You know, it's just felt honoured to play, you know, any of my characters, you know, but to carry a Frankenstein, it's iconic, and it's like the Wolfman.
Absolutely.
Me and the Wolfman went through a lot of full moons together. Do you know what I mean? So it's an incredible shows to be on.
Oh, of course, yeah. And just one more thing, I know it's not horror, but I've got to bring it up. You were, of course, Darth Vader in Rogue One.
Kind of a dark character.
Well, probably the biggest baddie in all of cinema history, perhaps. I mean, how do you land a role like
It was
that?
like 40 films in, you know what I mean? So, and it was a big process, and you know, there was several auditions for it, and then we got the character when the presents came to you. So the character chooses you, really. It's
Wow.
such a presence.
Oh, absolutely. I was going to say, actually, of all the on-screen you see of Darth Vader, it's probably the most brutal I've ever seen him.
Less is more with Vader. You know what I mean? So when you know when he's there, you feel him before he comes onto set as well. You know, it's amazing.
Spence, it's an absolute pleasure. Thank you for talking to me.
And you, mate.
Cheers. Enjoy the rest of the festival. Genuinely nice guy is Spence, and after chatting to him, Sandra and I treated ourselves to a few items, and with Sandra in tow, she was able to capture some B-roll footage for me while I had a spend. Stay tuned until the end of the video to see what we bought. We then watched Day 2's offering of movies and the Graham Humphreys documentary Captured Souls. Right, so we've just watched this incredible documentary. It's a film by Chris Collier, but it was about Graham Humphreys and his wonderful works and illustrations. I mean, if you're a horror fan, you'll be familiar with many of his posters, I'm sure. Now, the guys are actually here and they're about to do a talk themselves, aren't they? So Graham Humphreys and Chris Collier are here and they're just about to do a talk. But after that, there is a 40-minute break. Now, hear me out. Just across the road, there is that newish bar at the Marsh.
Oh, yeah.
Do you fancy a beer?
Yeah, why not?
As if she was going to say no. Oh, look, here's some poor quality grainy footage of Graham Humphreys. We've got to stop doing this, you know.
No.
Oh, you know, but you're not doing much about it.
Well, all part of the fun.
It is all part of the fun. The problem is, I could stay here for the rest of the day now. I mean, we could skip the rest of Rilla Thriller, get a taxi back.
Yeah,
and
leave
then-
the car in rail.
Yeah, and then we could get a taxi back into Rhyl tomorrow, pick the car back up. The problem is we'll be back in Rhyl. We could end up here just as much. Full circle. We watched even more horror movies, including Pet Sematary, but by the end of day 2, I was starting to feel the pain of sitting in one place for hours on end, and Sandra fell asleep. Oh. Right, day 2 has officially finished, and in case you're wondering where Sandra is, I actually parked quite a bit out of town, so to save her walking, she stayed in town and she's ordering a pizza. I'm on my way to pick her up. I'll see you in the morning for day 3. Oh, where the f*** am I? What day is it?
Day 3 of Rilla Thriller.
So here's the thing, guys. We didn't actually watch the last 2 short films last night. I mean, first of all, you were asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I did one yesterday morning, I was knackered.
well, that's true, yeah. To be fair, though, you've got a legitimate excuse. You've been working a lot of shifts. Me, I was just flagging by the end of it. 2 days is a lot for me. 2 days of sitting down and watching horror films is a lot for me. And my back is killing me now. My back, my bum. I was fidgeting last night and it was hurting. And to be honest, the last block of shorts, I wasn't even taking them in. I was bewildered. So we'll see how day 3 goes. I'm not saying I'm not looking forward to it. I am looking forward to it. You know, I love Rilla Thriller, and you know, I love supporting the guys, and the films look great. You know, we'll go through them in a second, but I don't know if I'm going to make it till the end of day 3, if I'm totally honest with you. But we'll see. You know, let's not be negative. Let's positive vibes. Come on,
Yeah.
Let's do it. What we got today?
Doors open at 10 again. Then we've got Some Little Drops of Horror, Block 5.
Block 5.
Then we've got at 12 o'clock Marginalia.
Marginalia. Right, okay, I've not heard of this film, but I looked it up. Apparently it's quite a recent film. I think it's an indie film, and it's shot in black and white as well. And it's a folk film, but of course there is a folk theme with this year's Rilla Thriller.
Then at 1:45 we've got Some More Little Drops of Horror, Block 6.
Yep.
And then at 2:45 we've got Oni Baba.
Oni Baba. Right, okay, so this is a 1960s Japanese folk horror film. I've been wanting to watch it for many, many years. I've never seen it before, so it's quite exciting to see it for the first time on a big screen. I think it's about some kind of old hag or witch or something like that, but looks brilliant, and I am looking forward to this one.
At 5 o'clock we have Hellbound, Hellraiser 2.
Excellent. So at the first Rilla Thriller, they showed Hellraiser, the first movie. It's great to see the sequel on the big screen as well. Do you know what? I think we've only seen it the once. I bought a Hellraiser box set about 5 years ago, and I'd never seen any of them before, and then we watched them together. So I think I've only seen it the once. I don't remember much about it, but I remember enjoying it.
There's a guest talk at 6:40.
Excellent.
And then at 7:45 we have Little Drops of Horror, Block 7.
God, there's a lot of short movies this year, isn't there?
There is. And then after that, 8:35, they've got the awards and closing thanks.
Okay, so they'll be giving away the Bloody Seagull Awards as they do annually. And should be great. And I'm sure
the festival closes.
There's a festival close. I'm sure we'll all be quaffing in the foyer at the end and saying our goodbyes. So, yeah, we've got to make it to the end. We've got to do it. Sore back and bum, whatever, we'll be there.
Let's do this.
Day 3.
Yep.
So you're sporting the latest Rilla Thriller t-shirt.
Yep.
Do you know, I wanted to buy that, but I've got something even better. This is a prototype t-shirt. No one else has got this. It's cool. Apparently it's a Japanese prototype. I don't know what makes it Japanese, but I'm uncultured, so there you go. So I thought I'd answer a question that gets asked quite often, and that question is, are kids allowed at Rilla Thriller? And in general, no. If you're purchasing a ticket, you're purchasing a ticket for the movies, and the movies are usually certified 18 plus. So in general, no, but the market stalls are actually free, and you can take kids around those. So just for future reference, if you are thinking of taking your kids to Rilla Thriller, you can take them around the market stalls. To my surprise, Graham Humphreys returned to Rilla Thriller for another day, and I actually got to meet and converse with him for a good length of time. I can't emphasise this enough. He's a lovely, lovely man and so humble. I even bought a book featuring some of his incredible art called Nightmare on One Sheet, which he signed, along with a print of his infamous Evil Dead movie poster. Sandra and I watched even more horror movies before sneaking off for a beer again. We were then treated to a screening of Hellbound, aka Hellraiser 2, followed by an interview with author, journalist and Hellraiser specialist Paul Kane, and special effects artist Jeff Portas. My god, the quality of this footage. After the last block of short movies, the annual Bloody Seagull Awards were handed out. One went to Spencer Wilding, if you can make him out in this video. So that concludes day 3. Rilla Thriller has officially finished for the year, but the video is not over. We will see you guys tomorrow.
Right after this jump cut.
Well, here we are. It's the day after the finale of Rilla Thriller 3, and we had a great time.
We did.
Really enjoyed ourselves, regardless of my moaning about my back and my bum being sore. I actually enjoyed it. Well, anyway, we have got lots of goodies that we bought at the stalls and vendors to show you, and we want to talk about the movies too.
Yeah.
What do we want to do first?
Whichever. I don't know.
Well, I'm going to let you decide. You've never, to be honest, like Sandra's never seen the room like this before. A lot of people ask, do I use green screen? And no, it's not. This is just a bedspread that I bought from Etsy or Redbubble, I can't remember. And we are both literally sat on our bed. This is our bedroom. It's cozier as it is anyway, but now with all the lighting and the camera or whatever, it's very compact. So what would you like to do?
Shall we go through our goodies?
We can go through the goodies. Let's do it. Why don't you go first? Show us what you've got.
So my first item is the latest Rilla Thriller
T-shirt. Oh wow, just put it a bit closer to the camera there. Let's have a look. If you can lift it up a little bit, that's great. Look at the design of that. I didn't get one. I went old school and wore last year's. But,
yeah.
But I have got one to show off myself. So I've got a prototype that the guys gave me. They gifted me this. I didn't pay for it. And I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but I don't think anyone else has this design. So that's cool. It's got a kind of, I want to say, a Ninja Turtles vibe to it, but with some kind of horror essence. But I just think that's awesome. But thanks so much for that. I really appreciate it.
My next one is from one of the stalls. This t-shirt, the movie of this t-shirt, Tom was amazed to find was one of my favourite movies.
I didn't know.
Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh, it's so cool. Yeah, I only learnt this year that you're a fan of this film.
Yeah.
We've known each other for what? Over 20 years?
21 years.
That's cool. We can watch it together now.
We can.
This t-shirt, I didn't know that Sandra bought this for me. So there was a stall selling merchandise for the series Trapdoor. If anyone remembers Trapdoor or is a fan of Trapdoor, let me know in the comments section. But I love Trapdoor. And Sandra snuck off while I was still in the theatre and went and bought this for me. So she treated me to this. But look at that. Isn't that cool? Look at it, it's got Burke just kind of creeping over the title there. That's a wonderful t-shirt. I really do appreciate that. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. My last minute buy yesterday at Rilla Thriller Day 3. I couldn't resist it. It was the Thing hoodie.
Oh, wow. Look at that. But that's the front design, isn't it? We've got an image on the back. I'll lift the hood up for you. Oh, you're doing it yourself. That's fine.
Look at that.
That's just so cool. From the very same stall, I couldn't resist treating myself to a t-shirt from the movie The Warriors, which is an awesome movie. Have you seen The Warriors, by the way?
No.
You haven't? Well,
No.
we need to rectify that. It's a wonderful film. I don't know if I'd strictly call it horror myself. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know. But isn't that a cool t-shirt? I think that's awesome. And finally, one more item of clothing.
Yes, from the same store as his Trapdoor t-shirt.
Yeah.
I got some Fiendish Friends socks.
Fiendish feet.
Fiendish feet, sorry.
Yeah, so, I don't know if it's showing up particularly well there. The lighting here is not great. I'll tell you what, I'll just pop a light on temporarily. Does that help? A little bit. A little bit. It's not great. So, does anyone remember Fiendish feet? They were like yogurt pots.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were UK based only or if they were international, but
I'm not sure,
if you remember them, let us know. And I got some Trapdoor socks. Which, it's not showing up too great on the screen there, but it's the same image that's on the t-shirt.
So we have an amazing picture which was signed by Spencer Wilding.
Yeah. So, of course, he played Darth Vader in the movie Rogue One. And he was vicious, wasn't he? I mean,
Yeah.
Darth Vader is a vicious character anyway, but you don't see much of it on screen, and that's the most vicious I think I've ever seen him. But it was great to meet Spence as well. He was a really nice guy, and we met his wife too, and they were just lovely people. But thanks for that, Spence. We really appreciate it. Okay, so I have something from the stall. It's Robert Parkinson's studio. We bought a couple of mystery bags from him last year, didn't we?
We did.
Well, this year I saw this picture frame. Now, I've been threatening to visit a particular YouTuber this year, but I haven't done because he's in the process of moving house. Now, in his current home, he had this movie room, if you like. Amazing movie room dedicated to his love of horror, lots of DVDs and Blu-rays and other merchandise in there. But seeing as he's moving house and he's bound to set up a new movie room, I have treated him to this incredible picture. I don't know how well it's showing up there, but he's also a massive fan of Jaws. I'm sure he knows who he is and he knows I'm talking about him, but he's a massive fan of Jaws, and when he does eventually move house, I will plan to visit him again and watch some more horror movies with him. But if you're watching, this is for you, man. Well, I'll bring it to you next time I come and see you.
Due to Tom buying that picture frame at the same time as that purchase, Robert Parkinson
Studios,
the guy himself, allowed us to pick a sew-on patch.
Yeah, he let me pick it, didn't he? So
Yeah.
I can take that for free.
For free?
Yeah, because we've purchased a few things from him over the years.
So this is the one we picked. Whilst Tom was picking this, unbeknownst to him, I was filming him picking it, Robert decided to pull faces at my camera.
That's just fun. That's great. I love that, though. That's the thing. That's kind of the artwork of the movie poster, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's almost as good as your hoodie. It could be sewn onto the hoodie.
It could be.
But it's not going to because I'm keeping it.
Also at the festival was a stall called Interference Films.
Yeah.
selling DVDs,
Blu-rays, DVDs, all kinds of movies on physical media.
And Tom sold this one. It's a classic that he loves and couldn't resist purchasing it.
Well, I don't own it, so it's I Spit on Your Grave. It's one of the video nasties. Sandra's never seen it. I'm not actually sure if I want to expose you to it or not, because it is quite intense, but we will talk about that off camera. But yeah,
Right.
purchased it on DVD.
Yeah.
I never owned it before, so glad to have that in my collection. Now, we also got to meet Graham Humphreys himself, didn't we?
We did.
Incredible illustrator. He did do a talk at Rilla Thriller, and there was even a documentary on his works, and it was really fascinating. But I didn't think I'd get the chance to meet him because we were watching so many films.
Yeah.
But yesterday, on the final day, I actually did get to meet him, and I purchased this wonderful book which he signed for me, and we just had the most amazing conversation, didn't we?
Yeah.
We didn't film it because, to be honest, I think it would have just spoilt the aura of the conversation. He was just a wonderful, humble human being, one of the nicest people I've ever met.
Yeah.
Genuinely, just a really just warm-hearted person. We had a wonderful chat. He signed this book for me, and it made my day, didn't it? It
Yeah.
really did. Whilst I was there, I'll just show you the scroll. I haven't opened it yet. This is a print of his poster for The Evil Dead, which he also signed. He was selling this for £10.
Yeah.
£10! I mean, you'd pay so much more for that. I mean, this Graham Humphreys we're talking about here, but he didn't care. He was just like, no, £10 is enough, and that was his attitude. And yeah, I haven't opened it here. I'll show you a picture on screen. But yeah, I'm going to find pride of place to put that somewhere. It's wonderful.
So I also got, the same time as I got the latest Rilla Thriller t-shirt, I also picked up a slate Rilla Thriller coaster.
Oh, coaster, yeah. Let's see if we can get a bit.
Well,
it's not showing up too well, see if we can get a bit of light on there. It's not the best. What we'll do is we'll take a picture and we'll show that on screen for you so you can get a better look of what it looks like. But yeah, it's actually nice artwork on there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I almost forgot. We bought a few things from the stall that sold trapdoor merchandise.
Yeah.
I bought this illustrated comic, which was, I think it was £4. There was a few to pick from, but I went for this one because it just says The Return of Burke, and well, I haven't seen him since the 80s, so it just made sense to pick that one up. But it's a cool little comic, just a nice little thing to have in my collection. I don't normally collect comic books myself, but I couldn't resist picking that up just due to the nature of what it was.
From another stall that was there, we also picked up this book by Paul Kane.
Yeah, and he signed it for me.
And he signed it, yes.
Yeah.
He has actually signed it for Tom.
I'm looking forward to reading that. It looks cool. I read the synopsis on the back, and it sounds like it's kind of like a romantic side of horror, if you like, or the stories have some kind of love and romance behind them. Yeah. I don't know, romance and horror works hand in hand, I think. I love stuff like that, especially in the form of of literature. So excited to read this.
Another one to his collection.
I buy books faster than I can read them.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got a big pile
Hence
that I need to get
I
through.
say collection.
Unfortunately, I can't remember the name of the stall that sold this next item, but I'll put it up on screen. I'll find the name. But this is a really nice print of The Thing, and I'm going to put this up in my recording studio, I think. You've got another item as well.
Yes, my last item that I purchased, I couldn't resist. It was an absolute bargain.
Oh, this is a bargain.
This is a backpack of The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
This item was only £10, but it's not just one bag, 3 bags.
For £10?
Yeah.
And was that was from Demonic Creations?
First type, yeah. Then there's a little smaller shoulder type bag.
Wow.
Main backpack.
I think that's incredible. For
Absolute
£10.
bargain.
Yeah, unbelievable. Anyway, we didn't get a chance to talk about the movies of days 2 and 3. Let's talk about day 2. We're not going to talk about the short films because there was just so many. Some are better than others, but some of them were actually really, really good. I noticed this year there was a lot of foreign language shorts. Not a complaint, just acknowledgement. Obviously, a lot of subtitles to read, but some incredible stuff around the world. It's great to be exposed to this material. There'd be no other way to see movies like that, so got to appreciate that. Yeah. Anyway, at 12 o'clock on Saturday, we watched V. What did you think of that?
Didn't think it was great, if I'm honest.
Really? Genuinely?
Genuinely.
Oh, right, okay. What didn't you like about it? Apart from the parts where you fell asleep.
Well, there is that. I did miss parts of it.
Not because the movie was boring, because Sandra's been working many, many hours this week, but just didn't tick any boxes.
No, it just didn't do it for me.
I actually really enjoyed it. What I will say is, I checked my watch about 40 minutes in, and for that period of the movie, I wouldn't have called it a horror movie. I just thought it was like dark fantasy. But then 40 minutes in, the horror really did kick in.
Yeah.
So basically, it's about this young guy who works as... I suppose he works in the church somewhere or another. I can't remember what position he has. But he is basically forced to pray over the corpse of a young girl for 3 nights and locked inside this derelict church, and the church looks fantastic. It's gothic, it's spooky, it's creepy, and he has to pray over this corpse for 3 nights. But the thing is, this corpse is actually a witch, and she comes to life every night, and all kinds of chaos happens. And I thought it was a wonderful film. It's the first horror film to be made in Russia, apparently. So something to be said there. And then the final film for Saturday was 1989's Pet Sematary, which, what can you say that hasn't already been said?
Yeah.
You know, it's a classic. Most horror fans, I'm sure, have seen it. You know what it's about. There's a graveyard for pets, but just beyond that, there is ancient Indian ground, I suppose, where if you bury any living creature there, it will come back to life, but with dire consequences. There's not really more to say, other than it was great to see it on the big screen.
It was.
We've never had that luxury before, so yeah, just wonderful. So yesterday, or Sunday, the last day of Rilla Thriller, we got to see a movie called Marginalia.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on that?
Again, wasn't for me.
Wasn't for you. I'm going to be honest here, it wasn't for me either. And I'm not going to rip on it too much, because there are some positive things that I can say about this movie. Overall, I found it a bit boring, actually, even though it had a running time of about an hour. And some interesting things did happen towards the end of the movie, but then my investment was gone, so I didn't care for it. But I'm not going to crap all over this film, because, you know, I wouldn't know the first thing about making a movie, and there are some positive things I can say about it. First of all, it was very clearly low budget. Very clearly, and I think they did well with the premise of that. Despite it being low budget, it had some wonderful filming, really nice editing. It was very stylish and artsy, and they even used stop motion animation, which is an old form of special effects, but because of the style of this film, it worked. So, some nice things that I can say about this movie. It just wasn't for me, that's all. I'm sure there are other people at Rilla Thriller that really enjoyed it, and that's the beauty of going to these things. You're not going to love everything, but you know, it's still great to have the opportunity to experience it. Okay, so what was on at 2:45?
Oni Baba.
Oni Baba. Now, what did you enjoy this film?
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it. I haven't seen it before. It's a film that's been on my list for many years, as you know.
Yeah.
And I've just never gotten around to watching it. I was actually immensely surprised at what it was about, because I thought it was more about witchcraft. I mean, it is a folk horror. I would argue it's not truly a horror film, or at least not first and foremost.
No.
I'm not saying it isn't a horror film, but if you were to watch it, if you've never seen it before and you were to watch it, you'll find that there's more drama involved. What can we say about it, really? We didn't really talk about the synopsis of Marginalia, but we'll talk about the synopsis of this movie. It's essentially about 2 women living during a war in Japan, and they're surviving, yeah, but by murdering.
Yeah.
they're murdering people that come across their land. They are stealing from them, and they're doing the best they can to survive.
Selling that stuff to live.
Yeah.
To eat.
But then a man comes along who becomes a neighbour, is attracted to one of these women. They're having some kind of romantic fling. The other woman doesn't approve of it. There is more to this story, by the way. We're not going into depth, but it just kind of, that is the basis of it. And it's about this other woman doing what she can to stop this young girl from having this romantic affair, I suppose.
Yeah.
And the extremes she goes to are where the horror comes in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So later in the day we had Hellbound, also known as Hellraiser 2. We've seen it once before.
Yeah.
I would say this is the most packed I saw Rilla Thriller. It seemed that more people turned up for this movie than anything else.
Yeah.
Clearly there's a lot of fans for Hellraiser, and rightly so, I can understand that. I would probably go as far as saying I might marginally prefer the second one to the first one.
Really?
I don't, maybe it's because I just watched it last night. I mean, the first one's a classic though, isn't it?
Yeah.
They both
Of
are.
course it is.
I don't
Both
know.
are.
I enjoyed it. It was good. I mean,
Yeah.
again, it's one of those films. Do we need to talk about it? If you're a
No.
horror fan, I'm sure many of you have seen it before, even though we hadn't seen it 5 years ago.
No.
We're just uncultured swines. That's all there is to it. And then after that, the guys handed out some awards. So some of the people that starred in the short films or made the short films, and one went to Spence Wilding as well. And that was
Yeah.
the end of Rilla Thriller. That was it. Did you enjoy it this year?
Yeah.
Well, of course we did. Could you imagine if she said no? Nah, well, not this year. It wasn't great.
Wasn't for me.
I mean, I know I moaned about it being 3 days, but they've only done this for 4 years, and the guys are still actually learning when it comes to festivals. And I would say each festival has been better than the last, and it ran really smoothly this year. Everything was on time. Nothing ran over schedule. It was just great. If you guys ever get a chance to visit Rhyl, or if you're in the area, or if you can get there one way or another, and you can visit Rilla Thriller, I'd say buy a ticket. Yeah, and you don't have to buy a ticket for all of the days. You can buy a day's ticket, or
One day,
yeah. And not only that, I might have mentioned it earlier in the video. If you've got kids, you can take them around the stalls. They are free, as in, well, the free entrance. The stalls are free. You have to buy their merch. It's a standard, but it's free to go around the stalls, and that's an experience in itself.
Yeah.
So cool. Anyway, we've said enough, I think.
I think so too.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Well, on that note then, let's end the video.
Okay then.
Well, I don't know who they are, but if you don't subscribe,
They will get you.
they certainly will. So make sure you are indeed subscribed. Click that notification bell so you don't miss out on any new videos here on Monster Gab. Like the video if you did indeed like it. Leave a comment down there and share this with your friends. Thank you so much for stopping by. Take care. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.